Hey, you guys, I just realized, oh, it's not. I was like, right when I go live, my computer is dead, but it's not. So that's awesome. All right, so I just got finished creating. I do everything from my phone, like literally everything. Because I can't just carry a laptop around, and I usually like am doing oh, my battery is about to die. Shoot. Yeah, it's gonna die. All right, I need some multiple plugs over here by my desk. Okay, so I see so many people struggling with sales every single day, branding and sales. So I've been working on some stuff because when you see a spot that is lacking in the market, if you are into creating digital products, that is your cue to use your expertise and your knowledge to jump in and fill in those gaps. So basically, a few weeks ago, when I saw all of these people that were branding their if you're coming in, Kathleen, hi, I'm Mika. I'm talking about branding and learning how to make sales online. So if you are branding the program that you're selling, but you're not branding yourself, you're making like a huge mistake. And that's something a lot of beginners do unknowingly because they're probably doing what the person that they bought from is doing. And so then they end up branding themselves and branding their products and branding the person that they bought from. And I see that so often that I can literally like scroll right now on TikTok and see people like presenting whatever it is that they sell. And I can usually tell in a matter of like the first minute who they bought from because of the way that they're presenting their offer. And that's just really, really common because people are brand new. They get their products, before they even go through it, they put it in their store and they just go online and they start selling. So I've been helping a lot of people with branding. You guys, like, I never thought that I would be doing one-to-ones. I never thought that I would be creating my own products. I actually got into this because I wanted something that was done for me, something that I just, could talk about, learn from, and tell people about it and save time by not creating anything. I had no idea that this was going to like spark such a deep interest in me. And I'd have such a drive to want to help people succeed in this industry. But when you are very analytical, and which I am, and you see people struggling in this space and you know of a way that you can help them, if you're one of those type of people, it'll make you want to create the solution to their problem. So I have been I want to help people with sales because that's like the number one thing that I see people struggling with. And I have made a sale every single day for the last few months, every day. Like I haven't missed one day that I haven't made a sale. And so that to me is incredible because I didn't make sales for my first 6 months. Like I wasn't, one of these overnight success stories that you see people popping on, buying their program, and then like the next month they've made 10 grand. No, that was not my story. So I have worked very hard. I've made a lot of mistakes and I have learned from those mistakes, and I continue every single day to be coached, and I have trainings every day. I have just been like really, really involved in learning strategies and different strategies for different platforms. And I've been, implementing the things that I've learned, looking at my analytics, taking note of what works and what does not work. And that's what I'm bringing to you guys, to save you from making the mistakes that I made and going 6 months without a sale. So I am going to be dropping an ebook. And it's probably, I say in the next 45 days, it may be before then, but I want it to have I want it to have everything in there. Like, I don't want it to be one of those things where you still need to go buy 5 other things to get to get it. So I'm trying to include like everything that you should do from the moment that you purchase your product from your very first post, from your very first live to getting consistent sales every single day. So that's what I've been working on, and I'm like super stoked. I just got a program today that is gonna, because like I suck at Canva. I have the Canva crash course, whatever. I've got other e-guides that teach you how to use Canva. And my problem with it is like I'm so uninterested in Canva that it's hard for me to like get into those trainings because I don't care about Canva. If that makes sense. Like it's a lot easier for me to learn things that I'm truly interested in, and like sales psychology, consumer psychology, like all of those things, like I get really into that. So it's easy for me to learn, and I'm so curious about it. It's easy for me to take what I'm learning and go implement it, and then okay, sorry, I was getting a message. But it's just easy for me to learn those things and then go bring that information to you guys. So I can't wait to release this. But if you're brand new and you're in this industry, like let me know in the comments. Like put a 1 in the comments if you're brand spanking new and you just bought a program. Or let me know in the comments if you've been in for a little bit, but you haven't made any sales or you're barely making any sales. That's the people that I'm speaking to today, and those people that measure their success by how many sales that they've made. Don't do that. Your success is not based on how many sales you make as a beginner. Like you're not just gonna come straight out the gate and make 10 grand. Like that's just, it's not going to happen if you never have any experience with marketing, if you've never had any experience with social media, if you've never been into this industry at all and you don't know anything about it. You're not just going to come in and, light a fire. That's not going to happen. So you have to educate yourself, and you can't let yourself get discouraged, that you've been in for a month and you haven't made a sale yet. Like this is your time when you first come in. This is your time to be learning and taking in everything that you can possibly learn and establishing your presence in this space. You have to start showing up online. You have to start taking people with you on your journey, telling them where you are, why you bought your program, where you were at before you bought your program, what you've learned, how it's helped you. Share those types of things. You don't need to be making income claims as a beginner. You don't need to be making income claims at all, because if all you ever do is make income claims, you're not going to learn strategy. You're just going to learn how to tell people how much money you made, and you're going to attract people in that way. And I'll tell you, the kind of domino effect that has is not a positive one, because you're going to be bringing people in that joined you or bought from you because you told them you made X amount of money. They're going to come in and they're going to have those same expectations, and they're going to feel like shit when they don't make as much as you're saying that you made. And, and a lot of people, what they're not doing, and I see some people that are, and I'm so glad they are, but there's a lot of people that are only sharing their income claims and they're only sharing their success. They're not telling you guys about the struggle that they had for months prior to having that success. They're not telling you guys like anything about their journey. They're not telling you what it was like and how hard they worked and, how many hours they put in per day. Those are all very important things for a beginner to know, because a beginner is going to come in and compare themselves naturally because they don't have the mindset training yet. They don't have the experience. They don't have the community support yet. They're brand new. Nobody really knows them. So they come in and instantly compare themselves to the other people that they're seeing having massive success. And it causes a lot of people to give up because they think something's wrong with them. Why can't they do it? Why haven't they presented with those same results? Because it's not likely that it's just not likely. People need to realize that that's just generally not how it is. You do have to come in and work your little behind off. I mean, you just do. It's not, it's simple, but it's not easy. You have to learn strategy. You have to learn marketing. You have to learn social media. You have to learn how to show up on social media. You have to learn messaging. You have to learn about the algorithms. You have to learn, a little bit of tech stuff. Like, these done for you programs are great for people that want to do, the least amount of techie stuff, but you still have to learn the basics. You just do. And even with the done for you programs, how will you ever create anything on your own if you don't learn how to work the back end of your business? Like, you should be wanting to learn how to create things and how to create funnels and things like that eventually. And because when you know everything like that, you can take your skills, they're transferable, and you can build your own business and go create a community of your own, go create a course of your own, go create anything you want to if you learn the skills to put that into place. So that's what I'm speaking about today. It's so important that when you come in, you just expect the reality of what things really are, and not just these massive levels of success that you see certain people presenting to you. And if you come in and you don't make sales right away, there's nothing wrong with you. That's normal. People are not just going to buy from some person that just willy-nilly out of the blue showed up online and was like, hey, I've got this great program that can make you X amount of dollars for whatever. You and 10 million other people. You have to be known by showing up on a regular basis and engaging with people and letting people get to know you. That is how you stand out in this industry, is sharing your story and sharing your journey, and how you build relationships is engaging on your platforms and talking to people, not just, throwing out content and disappearing. It really helps when you go into groups and when you engage with other people's posts and you talk in Messenger and you build those relationships, even if they're in the same industry as you. And why is that beneficial? Because that person may be building something that they haven't even talked about yet. You don't know the potential for collaboration until you build relationships. There's people that do podcasts, there's people that have YouTube channels, there's people that do all of these things that you build a relationship with this person and they might invite you to do that. I started building a relationship with this girl, perfect example. And I never have expectations of anything when I start building a relationship with someone. It's something that just happens naturally, usually in the DMs. And I joined a group about a month ago, and me and this girl, she's actually the admin in the group, and we just kind of hit it off. And out of nowhere, she started promoting me in her group. And then she released, and this is a group, she's got 17,000 people in it now. And she just released her first ebook on group strategy because she's making a killing. She lets people promote. So they pay her to promote in that group. And she's making really good money doing this. And she has also she's built this group from scratch. She didn't let promotions come in until she was at 3,000 members, just all the things. And she decided, because there's so many ladies in there that are wanting to do their own groups, that she decided to write a strategy book. And she featured my group in her strategy book. I could not believe that she did that. And that was completely unexpected. I did not pay for that. That is what's considered, collaboration, cross promotion. And she did that just out of the kindness of her heart because of our relationship. So it is so important that you do build relationships with the people that are in your community that are working towards the same goals that you are, because you just don't ever know the potential for the reach that that's going to give you, because you pretty much share the same audience. You might speak to, you might niche down differently and speak to different people, when you really get in the nitty gritty of your niche. But in general, if you're in the digital product space, you share most of the same audience. So it's just really beneficial to do that. People ask me all the time, well, should I be following other digital marketers? I mean, like, if I'm following other digital marketers, then how am I going to reach my perfect customer? Well, your perfect customer may be other digital marketers. Like one of my products that I have is how to sell digital products. I can't sell that to anyone else but people that are selling digital products. And people need to know how to sell. It's so important. You can't make money if you don't know how to market. And I saw a need for that. So I have something to offer people that teaches them how to sell. And so, of course, I engage with digital marketers all day, every day, because I have products for them. I also have products for complete beginners that have never even heard of this industry until today, and they ask for information. I have something to give them. I have multiple different freebies to offer people. That's so important, because that one freebie that maybe somebody told you need to have is not going to attract everyone that you're trying to reach. People need different types of freebies. So I say switch your freebies out often, and at least have a minimum of 2 different freebies in your store at a time that are completely different. Like right now I need to take it out and make it a paid offer. I keep forgetting to put a price on it, but I have like a really in-depth branding guide, and it's free because I saw a need. People were really, really, really struggling with branding. So I took the questionnaire that I created, that I use to work with my clients one-on-one, and packaged that inside of my freebie offer for people that were struggling with branding. When I did that and I announced it publicly, that freebie blew up. I got so many leads from that because people had heard about my questionnaire. People had heard how it had helped so many people with their branding. When I announced it publicly, people ran to my store and grabbed it. And I was just like, wow, that's incredible. So there was a need for it. People needed it. It served its purpose. It helped them. I got leads, which will eventually turn into sales if they're my perfect customer. So the people that didn't need branding, they didn't get that, but they had other options to choose from. They could have gotten something, how to sell in their stories. Maybe they needed hooks. Maybe they needed captions. Maybe they needed reels. Like there's other options in my store based on different needs. And I highly recommend that if you have a store, if it's Beacons, if it's Stan, whatever it is, to have a really good freebie. And the way you know it's a good freebie is it shouldn't just be like a basic PDF with 1 or 2 paragraphs on it, or like something that takes literally like a minute to read. It should be something that is in depth, that solves a problem, and it should be something that someone can read and go implement right away. You want something that is going to solve a problem and provide so much value that they tell you this shouldn't have been free. Like, this should be a paid offer. Thank you. This really helped me. And it's going to solve a problem for them, and they're going to come back to you because they're going to see what you provided for free has so much value that they're going to know that your paid offers are going to deliver as well. And that has been very, very important for me with building an audience and building leads, is really, really serving with my free offers and in my emails. So there's just so many things like to learn when you're brand new, and it takes time. So give yourself that grace. Give yourself that grace and lean into your trainings. Lean in and learn all that you can learn. And I promise you, you may not get it. Like, you may not just be able to wrap your head around all of this just yet. But I promise you, if you really, really focus on just helping people, the sales will align. They will come. Just focus on doing as much serving and relationship building as you possibly can. And you will be shocked when you see how just showing up and helping people and doing the right thing provides a very good income for you. It always comes when you lead with service. But when you lead with sales, Nobody wants to be sold to. They just don't lead with sells, because there's a million people doing that, and people are just going to scroll right past and not want to listen. Don't sound like an infomercial. Don't open up your camera and just be like, hey, do you want to make X amount of money a day? I mean, because then you just sound like, an infomercial, and nobody comes to social media to listen to infomercials. So it's a lot to learn. But like I said, give yourself grace and you will get it. And if you want to stay posted, get on my email list. Go to my link in my bio. Go to my email list. When I release my sales strategy, you will be notified if you're on my email list. So, all right, I'm going to go, you guys, and I've got to go eat lunch, and I have a meeting, and I've got a client that I'm working with in just a little bit. So I'm going to jump off of here, and thank you if you came on. Thank you for watching. Feel free to give me a follow and jump on my email list, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.